Captain Marvel trailer came out and I was like, great, don't feel like doing a video about it, so bring on the TV or digital streaming services. But while I will admit this Captain Marvel trailer is better than the other ones we got, that's cool. Brie Larson even cracks a couple jokes.
What is this?
The S.H.I.E.L.D. logo.
Does announcing your identity on clothing help with the covert part of your job?
But that's the problem, and now this is on my mind. How does she have a S.H.I.E.L.D. hat? Doesn't this take place in the 90s or something like that? Like, at least when Blockbuster was around, it indeed is a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo. Like, not S.H.I.E.L.D. logo, but a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo. Wouldn't it be the logo of the Strategic Homeland blah 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 blah? That's what it was called in Iron Man 1 until the very end of Iron Man 1. Like, in the course of Ironmonger and all this chaos, they were like, hey, we found a name, officially. But how, if they already had that name in Captain Marvel? So either this is a retcon, an oversight, or Phil Coulson was just fucking with Tony Stark the whole time.
Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division.
God, you need a new name for that.
Yeah.
But you're just not cool enough for me to tell you we've been calling it S.H.I.E.L.D. for decades. You gotta earn that shit. That's strange. I don't know why. This is just kind of plaguing my mind. I guess I have nothing better to do. Like, is this the first MCU movie to do this? Like, Howard Stark was said to be a founding member of S.H.I.E.L.D. We saw Hank Pym work for S.H.I.E.L.D. and Ant-Man, and that was clearly way before Ant-Man. 80s, probably? But did they call it S.H.I.E.L.D. then? That's my question, because they always retrospectively call it S.H.I.E.L.D., but in these scenes that take place in the past, was it ever called S.H.I.E.L.D.? For the life of me, I can't remember. Because if not, this is the first time it's happened. It's like a retcon. That's a big retcon. Actually, it's pretty trivial in the grand scheme of things. But what really matters is when did they come up with that name? S.H.I.E.L.D. I was thinking the other day, they said Captain Marvel is the most powerful of the Avengers, right? That's a pretty high bar. So in this movie, they have to actually show that that's the case. We can't have someone in our world, like producers, say, oh, by the way, she's the strongest and not show it. And judging by the metric, where the MCU has set that bar, best I can figure, she has to do something more powerful than taking a dying star to the chest. Because if she doesn't take a dying star to the chest or something greater, it's Thor. I'm just saying it's Thor. Other than that, I enjoyed this trailer. Should have been the first trailer. So good, in fact, what I wanted to talk about was when did they come up with the name S.H.I.E.L.D. And props to Samuel L. Jackson for being smart in a situation like this.
Okay, prove you're not a Skrull.
That's a photon blast.
And?
A Skrull cannot do that.
I'm just supposed to take your word for that.
Right. Like, that would be stupid to take her word for it. So many movies are like, boom, the enemy can't do that. All right, you must be telling the truth. Let's go on our adventure. Like, it very well could be the enemy doing the enemy thing, saying the enemy who are the bad guys, which that person actually is, couldn't do that thing that they just did. It's what a good bad guy would do. So props, Nick Fury. You're one of the smart ones that questions that shit. Or so the Captain Marvel trailer. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? And dying stars to the chest and making good points about how bad guys could lie. Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.